skies are blue and the air is free of smog here in Beijing as China prepares to host the Belt and Road Forum on International Cooperation from May 14 to 15. So today is Saturday, the day before the formal start of the forum, and we can see that Beijing has put its best foot forward. The air is free of any pollution. We know that Beijing is infamous for its air conditions, and we heard from local sources that in honor of the upcoming Belt and Road Forum, the Chinese government has in fact asked coal operating plants or coal-fired plants here in Beijing and in the surrounding areas to stop their operations so that the air will be clean during the forum. And basically China is out to impress because there are 29 world leaders expected to attend the forum. Among these leaders is our very own Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte and Russian President Vladimir Putin. So we expect that these leaders will be here in Beijing, and of course China, which is projecting itself as an emerging world power and emerging influencer in world affairs, wants to make sure that Beijing is impressive to the eyes of these leaders who will be here for 2 days. And I'm here in the heart of Beijing and I can smell the air. It's cleaner than usual, it's cleaner than in most days. Last week we heard from locals that the air was particularly bad. There was in fact a sandstorm, but today you can see that this is all gone. The air is completely, or at least relatively clean, and you can also see that China has spruced up its capital. The streets are lined with flowers, and probably it's one reason also why they decided to hold the event in May, because it's the springtime and you can see a lot of flowers. The trees are all green, they're all in bloom. So Beijing is actually beautiful. It's a beautiful city, especially this time of the year. And of course, it's one thing the Chinese want to show the world, what kind of city they have built. So that's probably one concrete way that Beijing residents can benefit from the forum, because here in Beijing, I see a lot of residents enjoying the clean air and the great weather. I see the locals biking, taking the children out. Of course, it's a weekend, so you can expect them to do these things. But of course, they're reaping the benefits already of the fact that the factories and the coal-fired plants are shut down for a few days. And local sources also say that this is a tradition in China, in Beijing. Whenever there's an international event or even a foreign dignitary visiting in Beijing, the government usually closes down or suspends operations of its coal-fired plants to make sure that the air is clean while the visiting head of state or while is here in Beijing or while the forum is taking place. Other things we noticed here in Beijing is tight security. There were particularly great presence of police and security forces in crowded areas. For example, in markets or in shopping areas, we saw a lot of police last night. In restaurant areas, also in five-star hotels, we saw fire trucks and communication equipment, security equipment, police, and also fences, wire fences installed surrounding these hotels. And this is probably because the 29 heads of state and government who will be attending the forum will be staying in some of these hotels. We know that the Philippine president is staying in a five-star hotel here in Beijing. So of course, the Chinese government would like to secure their safety while they are here in Beijing. So this is just one of the many ways China is preparing to host this 2-day forum. And we can see in the coming days how this forum will progress, what benefits the forum will present to the people participating, especially the leaders, who will have to think how much involvement they would like to have in the Belt and Road Initiative of China. So stay tuned on Rappler for more updates on the Belt and Road Forum from May 14 to 15. Thank you for watching. Piranada Rappler, Beijing.